So, when you read the title of this video, your mind probably goes to South Africa versus Australia 1999. But I don't actually consider that a choke because, in my opinion, a choke is when you lose from a winnable position. And the 1999 South Africa-Australia game was not exactly that case. It was actually a very close game. And when you look at just the minute moment of Donald being run out in the last over, then it seems like it's a choke. But really, it wasn't a choke. But when we're talking about a choke in a World Cup, well, I just mean knockout game in general, but if we're going to talk about specifically semifinals, nothing beats the 1996 World Cup final. So the date is 14th March 1996, and the game is between Australia and the West Indies at Mohali in India. I promise you this is probably the worst World Cup semifinal choke ever, and we're going to watch the highlights today and relive it, I guess. I wasn't even alive, but we're going to watch the highlights. So here we start. West Indies bowling first. Not sure who won the toss, but Australia's batting. West Indies bowling. Out. LBW. Straight away. Second ball of the match. So the West Indies actually start off this match really well with the ball, as you'll see. But I don't count that part necessarily as the choke. Bowled him there. Love the sound of the old stumps. But yeah, West Indies start with the ball really well, but I don't necessarily consider that a choke because it's still a good Australian team, and they still managed to keep them to a pretty below par total. Another, I think this is Ricky Ponting being given out LBW to Ambrose. Another one bowled, Ian Bishop bowling. We're used to hearing him on commentary, but in his short career, here he is. Shot. Brilliant shot. So Australia quite evidently playing pretty slow. We're at 59 in 24 overs. Misfield. That's what happens when you're 4 down for 20. I'm not exactly sure. I think this is Michael Bevan, and I think on the other end is Stuart Law. They have a good partnership. Great shot. Poor fielding effort, to be honest. I think one thing this West Indies side was missing was a good spinner. Watching this game, nobody really seems to be good spin-wise. That was a great shot, almost killed the umpire. Another good shot. So, still pretty slow, 140 at the 40th over. Quite slow. Run out. Easy run out. So they finally break the partnership. And then from here, I think the West Indies will keep Australia to a pretty low total. Another good shot. Didn't look like it would before the moment he hit it, but out. Walsh with a good run out off his own bowling. Underrated legend. Good shot. It's the final over and they're just hitting 200. That'll be 2 on the last ball. I think he's going to be run out. Yeah, run out. So 207 for 8 is the Australia's final score, which is pretty low even by 1990 standards. West Indies definitely should have chased this, especially with the start they have. Great shot off the pads. I think, was that Chanderpaul? Probably not. I don't think he opens. Oh, great shot. Warren in the attack. Gets a wicket with a pretty terrible delivery, to be honest. It might have been the flipper, which could have deceived him, but still. Short ball. And he's just really given Warren catching practice.
25 for 1, the West Indies.
Flaying blade. Gets it over point. Must be Brian Lara with that backlift. Shot. Great shot.
Just going to clear mid on.
Manages to get it over.
And into the rope.
Another great cover drive. Smash that.
got him. He's
Bowled
got
him.
Lara.
That was a good delivery, but not from a necessarily a great bowler, but it's still a good ball.
Taylor needs.
That's Brian Lara gone, right?
Lose their second wicket.
So
93.
pause here. Good innings from Lara, 45 off 45. 93 for 2, chasing 207. So what is that? 116 more runs with 27 overs, 8 wickets in hand. You'd say that's a pretty good position, but position's gonna get even better from here.
Runs on the board.
Great shot
Lovely
against Warren.
from Chanderpaul. That brings the
Chanderpaul,
target down
another
to
underrated
100.
player. It's a terrible delivery from Bevan, I think. Michael Bevan. Another terrible delivery. I don't know who this is, but good shot, terrible ball. Even worse ball. So look here, that's 152 for 2. Look here, 164 because it's gonna be a 4, I think. So yeah, this is where it all starts. So they were 165 for 2. If my math is good, I think that's 53 more runs required, 8 wickets in hand, and 9 overs minus 1 ball, 53 balls. So how many runs did I say? I think I said 53 runs, 53 balls. So run a ball with 8 wickets in hand. Doesn't really matter what year this is. You say that's very easy, but here you can see Chanderpaul hits it straight to mid-on, and from here craziness starts happening. Some crazy things start happening. Good innings from Chanderpaul, 80 from 126. Not a great shot going across, just missing it. It's pretty plum LBW.
It's 173 for 4.
Odd looking shot, but looks nice and it's effective. Gone, caught behind, Healy with the catch. Another not really great delivery, is like a up at his stomach. It seems the commentator saying that, I think commentator's Tony Gregg saying that there wasn't an edge there. I'm not sure though, because it doesn't necessarily look like there was an edge, but when you hear it, it does sound like it. I won't talk. Does sound like there are 2 noises. Obviously one sound is it going in Healy's glove, and then there's another sound, so I feel like there probably was an edge.
I'm not too sure that there was a nick for 5.
Another odd shot, LBW, so all of a sudden they've lost like 4 wickets in 4 overs for I think like 20 runs.
It's 183 for 6.
Another crazy shot, edge from Fleming.
187 for 7. It's going to be hard going.
Bishop drives on the offside.
Good shot, good cover drive.
He's going to make it all the way. That's a great shot. Oh, what an effort.
Great effort as well.
Richardson has a go. He's hit this one.
Another good shot.
He's got all the way.
You see, this is a very close match. Fighting for the spot in the World Cup final. It's out to Warren. 2 wickets, 14 runs, 10 balls.
9 to 4 for 8.
Good shot. Gets it away for 4.
Richardson's going to win this match for the West Indies. Richardson. He's got an inside edge on that one. Here comes the throw.
Run out. Oh, Healy runs him out. I'm pretty sure that's out.
He's got long legs. He's gone all right.
Oh, it was close, but yeah, it's out. Maybe by a couple of inches.
He can't believe it. This is a sensational finish to the World Cup semi-final.
202 for 9, 6 runs required, 4 balls left.
Runs or 4 balls. Bosch on strike.
Bowled him. So Australia get to the 1996 World Cup final. West Indies have gone from position of 165 for 2, needing 53 off 53 with 8 wickets in hand, to losing by 5 runs with not even lasting their whole 50 overs. So yeah, a pretty crazy choke. I think definitely the craziest choke in at least like more of the modern game. I feel like after 1992 is what we consider the modern World Cups more. So definitely the worst choke out of those games. I can't remember a single worst choke. Maybe South Africa versus New Zealand, but even then that was just a close game, not necessarily a game that South Africa definitely should have won, and they lost. And anyways, thankfully Australia did not go on to win this World Cup. Sri Lanka did, because if Australia won, that would be, personally for me, would be really annoying, because, well, that would be an extra World Cup title, so that would be 6 now for Australia, and then I feel like they didn't really deserve this one, although obviously they did. West Indies didn't play well, but Australia obviously bowled and fielded well. Shane Warne in particular, so you can see, I think he took 4 wickets here, all near the end, was bowling pretty well. Fleming bowled decently. Healy with the run out. Australia obviously deserved it in the end, but it would be quite annoying if Australia had went on to win the World Cup. Anyways, that was the 1996 World Cup final. Both World Cup finals were pretty dramatic both World Cup semifinals were pretty dramatic for different reasons. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this kind of video where I just go over some highlights from a old game. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like on the video. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.